Hey Dreamer, please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at the new update notice for Rosie. But before we go into that, we're going to talk about the 5th anniversary pre-registration event first. There is going to be a pre-registration event in the lobby at which you can access, and I think this pretty much confirms that Mythical Awakened Rudy and Regin Leif are going to come for the 5th anniversary. So stay hyped. We are just about 1 month to the 5th anniversary, so this is super exciting. And yeah, basically you will be getting a free 7 Night of Old ticket. Okay, so it's not a free 7 Night of Old ticket, but you know, it's actually a 10+1 pool, which may not give you a 7 Night of Old, but it has the chance to give you a 7 Night of Old. So that is going to be one of the perks that they will give you immediately after the update. You can go to the lobby to register for it, and after that, after the 5th anniversary has dropped, they will be giving you 10+1 hero tickets, which means it is a total of 110 heroes given for free during the 5th anniversary. So remember to register for this event where you will get lots of heroes with a chance of course getting the 7 Nights of Old with Rosie included. Okay, so now we are going into today's update. Now today's update is pretty big, and I was very excited because Rosie is the first support hero for the new world server, and we also have 7 Nights of Old jewels, which we will take a look later. Okay, so moving on to Rosie now. Super excited to see what she does. For her passive, she decreases physical damage taken by 50%. This is only for herself. She also increases magic attack for herself and magic type allies by 50%. So this completely trumps Rin's passive already. And also she can be used in place of Sylvia, okay, for Velica outside of Guild Dungeon, because this is the same amount of buff that Sylvia also gives in PvE. So you know, if you get her, she can actually replace Sylvia. She also decreases crit rate and counter of universal type allies by 50%. So this is a huge thing. Okay, think about it. In PvP, you will nerf Milia so much. You will also nerf Chris so much. Okay, think about in PvE, all your raid bosses are universal enemies. So this one actually helps your entire team a lot. Okay, so even for newer players, if you do get a Rosie, I'm not asking you to pull for Rosie, but let's say you do get her somehow, okay, she will help you a lot in your raid, especially level 8, where they have very high crit rate and also counter rate. So if you want to mitigate all these, you can use Rosie instead of Sylvia on the Velica team instead. And then we have her first skill. She deals magic damage equal to 20% of max HP to all enemies. Now this is very unique because this is the first time we are seeing magic damage being dealt equal to the max HP of the enemies. So it's proportional to the max HP. So the higher the HP of the enemies, the higher Rosie's damage on this skill. Okay, it is not the typical percentage based skill. She also decreases status effect resist rate by 20% for 3 turns. So this one, I think previously we had something similar, but it was limited to certain types, limited against certain types of enemy types, I believe. I think it was Tara, or was it Gyarados, right? Gyarados reduces freeze resist, yeah, something like that. So Rosie is going to reduce status effect resist rate by 20%, and this is a renewable debuff, so that's very interesting because we haven't had that before. I believe it was usually on a passive or an awakened skill or something like that. And then she also recovers all allies HP equal to 100% of magic attack. So basically, I think this is pretty much gonna full heal everyone, which is gonna be very annoying. And considering how we haven't had a healer in, you know, years in PvP, she's gonna really change up the PvP style of playing. For her second skill, she deals 300% magic damage to 4 enemies, ignores 70% defense. Now this is huge for a support healer, okay? And she also destroys the weapon for 4 turns and decreases buff duration by 1 turn. So all the goodness of Suitor and you know, most things of so many heroes are put into her. Like you have Fenrir's damage output and ignoring 70% defense. You have Suitor's weapon destruction, which means it's no longer unique to him, and I think she kind of replaces him actually. And she also decreases buff duration on that same skill. So this is a very, very good skill. Although the cooldown is slightly long, but I think it's well balanced in that case because she cannot be spamming this all the time. It's insane. For a support hero, having the weapon destruction makes sense because, you know, ultimately she needs to live. You don't want her to die too fast. And I think, yeah, basically it's a good thing, which means we may probably see armor destruction coming out on other heroes in future as well. For her awakened skill, she deals 300% magic damage to 4 enemies, ignores 50% defense, 80% chance to poison and stun. Okay. So clearly the poison here is really to go with Sage. Okay, is to complement him with his awakened skill. And of course the stun here, as I said, I think she replaces Suitor. So clearly stun was something that Suitor had on his awakened skill, I think. No, on the regular skill. Yeah, so now she has taken over the stun. So again, there's no new debuff resist, no new status effect we need to resist against. These are all existing status effects, so not too bad, but having 2 in one skill is pretty, I think this is the first time we are having that as well. And on her effect attack, she decreases status effect resist by 20% for 3 turns, so it's something similar to her skill 1. And I think this is also something new. Okay, for her exclusive item, wow, she removes debuffs, so we have a complete cleanse and heal skill on her, so that's very good for a healer. They did not leave this out. And for her passive, she decreases 5 target attack damage taken by all allies. So this is also something that Suitor has on his regular skill, right? 4 to 5 target, except that in this case, Rosie only counters against 5 target damage. And on her passive, so everything on her passive is decreasing, like it's by 50%, so that's pretty crazy. And for her awakened skill, she requires lesser gauge to use, which means she can use this a lot sooner. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, but I think it is definitely better if she uses that first before Sage, right? Because you want Sage to use his awakened skill only after the enemies are poisoned. So having a lower gauge for Rosie is definitely a good thing, I would say, to land the poison and stun probably early on in the match. Okay, you do get a Celestial Accessory Selector if you level 50 her, which is gonna be crazy. Okay, next, level 8 Jewel Raid. So this is Numo Wang's stats. I think we don't really get this often, so it's good. He blocks physical damage and reflects magic damage taken. So you will need Valika, and Valika is immune to damage reflection, so this is totally fine. You don't have to worry about his passive at all. For his first skill, he deals 400% to all enemies, ignores defense by 80%, decreased buff duration, and has a 100% chance to stun for 3 turns. So you need stun resist, okay? You definitely need stun resist. And then he deals 200% to all enemies, ignore defense, 100% to silence, and decrease buff duration by 1 turn. So both his skills decrease buff duration. I think that is something very common in the level 8 raid bosses. So he has stun and silence, which means you will need to adjust your Valika for this, which is kind of annoying because, you know, we do have Valika already on paralyze, or is it stun for, you know, accessory rate level 8, yeah, something like this. So I think we'll just be adding the silence. I'm not too sure, we'll see how that goes. I think Valika already has stun resist against level 8 accessory rate, so you just need to throw in the silence, which means you need to remove one of the damage traits you have on her, which means you need to give her 3 full resistance traits. Okay, and then you have a for the level 8 clear reward, you have Dark Knight Jewel, you have gemstones, black gemstones, and you have a lot of basically I think the special jewels, except the 7 Knights Jewel, it's still pretty trash actually. Yeah, it's still pretty trash, seems like it. I wish they would take out the 4-star jewels from the extra rate. Something to consider, maybe. And 10 black gemstones will give you a Dark Knight jewel. You need engraved gemstones. You need 10 to get an engraved gemstone, and then you use 3 engraved gemstone to get a 7 of old ticket, jewel ticket. Okay, so it's a very tedious process. You need 30 black gemstones basically. Okay, so per month you need 40 black gemstones because you can only syn for 1 Dark Knight jewel once per month. So that's 10 here, and then you need 30 for this. So you need 40 black gemstones per month. I'm not sure the frequency, but looking at how Typhoon essences drop, you know, that is something to think about. Okay, so 7 Knights of Old Jewel, this is totally new. We're getting some new stuff. So it's 5 Gelidas and Milia. Okay, so 3, is this a substat? Okay, so 5's Desire, increase 20% physical attack or magic attack and defense. So this is interesting. This is a combination of attack and defense stat in the same jewel. Okay, and then we have Gelidas, 10% increase in skill use chance and status effect resist. So it is a combined trait actually. Yeah, see, survive with 1 HP at one time, and lifesteal with a normal attack. So it has a double effect on the jewel, and this is a speed plus increased speed attack damage, 25% speed attack damage. Okay, interesting. For Milia, we have increased block rate and block damage reduction, and for counter and increased counter damage. So I think this is pretty intuitive. Whatever they have had on the World Boss jewel, they complement it with the appropriate Fallout jewel or Dark Knight jewel, everything like that. So it really is there to make your equipping more efficient, I guess, so you can make room for other jewels. So it's not too bad. I don't know if you may want to consider the first one being the speed jewel. Yeah, because it seems like it can I know it doesn't really free up a slot for you, but it gives you an additional speed attack. So maybe no, that's not the one you want to go for. You want to go for the survive with 1 HP, of course. That's the best one. Yeah, that's the best one. But since it is a ticket, you get a ticket, you don't really know what you will get, and I really think that you're gonna get some crap from the ticket, like block rate increase, magic attack increase, because that's the most common one from the Dark Knight draw. Yeah, so I hope you guys get the survive on 1 HP, because that's the best. That is the best, and coupled with lifesteal, I mean, it is definitely better than the Dark Knight jewel. Everything here is better than whatever we have existing. So yeah, hopefully you get the good one. Okay, moving on, we have the step up summon. Oh wow, we have a step up summon for 7 Knights of Old. That is awesome. But it does cost 500. And Rosie is included. Wait, I'm very confused. Now this is the regular banner. Okay, this is the regular banner, and there's a step up summon here in this one. Okay, and it does cost the same as the one we have before. So if you want a Milia, you will need 10,000 rubies for 1 Milia, for a 6-star Milia. Okay, 6-star, not even a 4-star, it's a 6-star Milia guaranteed. And you also get a purified spirit, whatever that is. Okay, so well, I'm not sure if this is worth doing. I will think about it. It is 10,000 rubies after all. Okay, so this is what the event I was talking about. Please go register for it. And then we have a Rosie release event. You get purified spirits. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This time you only get 6 purified spirits. I think this is the dungeon currency. Yeah, you do get a special dungeon. So in the special dungeon we do get purified. Oh, they use this. This is the Rave Spirit, which will then be used to make the Purified Spirit. Okay, so the Purified, but in the check-in they're giving you the Purified Spirit already, so you don't have to synthesize anything. Yeah, so there, you know, if you guys are familiar with the KR site, you know what this symbol means, which also means that the system probably will not be coming over to the New World site, because since they use this asset for this particular event currency, we probably will not be getting that soul shard rank up stat boost system, which completely broke the game there. Yeah, so that's a good thing. I mean, they may still bring it over, but using another form of currency, who knows. So we will be getting new accessories from here, and we also can synthesize for 5. So purified spirits. So ray spirits, 3 ray spirits gives you 7 purified spirits. Okay, and you have 8. We need 8 purified spirits. How long does the event last? The event lasts for a week. No, sorry. The event lasts for 3 weeks. Okay, so 3 weeks, which means you definitely, if you play it every day, you definitely can get 7 purified spirits, and you get 8. You get 6 from the check-in, so that is about 13 purified spirits, which again you can only synthesize for one thing, which is super annoying. Okay, so either you get the 5, you get 13, so you can only get the 5, and you get an accessory, a new accessory. So what do the accessories do? It decreases physical damage taken by 40% for 7 turns. It decreases magic damage taken by 40% for 7 turns. It increases status effect resist by 30% for 7 turns. Interesting. I think these two will come in really handy, because you know every meta will definitely have physical and magic damage. So these two can be very commonly used. Especially on bulkier heroes, especially you have tank heroes coming up, you have Mythical Awakened Rudy coming up. So this can be a huge boost for Mythical Awakened Rudy. Okay, you also have the turquoise, this Phantom Ring, which increases status effect resist rate by 30% for 7 turns. So it's kind of better than the dual that we have now, which only increases status effect resist by 10, especially if you do not have the Fighter Soul for increased status effect resist, which increases by 20%. So this can be a pretty good thing actually, especially in the current meta where there are so many status debuffs that you need to resist against. This can come in really handy. And you know, Rosie also decreases status effect resist rate, so this will compensate for that for 7 turns. So I think this is really and I'm trying to assume that Rosie is only gonna be available in top tier players, or if you get a Rosie, you definitely be boosted up into a higher tier arena. So this turquoise accessory is probably going to be very useful up there only. In the bottom, I think you can still get by with resistances. These two, however, I think is really worth considering, unless you really want 5. Yeah, but I think these two are really worth considering. And considering how you have 14, you only get 13, damn it! You need 1 more. They are really smart with their calculations. Insane. You can only get 1, you can't even get 2 of the accessories. Yeah, I think these two will be really good, and you know, I don't know what you're thinking, but it's worth considering. Okay, anyway, we have a weekly quest as well, and we do get 7 Nights of Old tickets. We do get Celestial Accessory tickets. I wish they gave magic crystals, but nope. Okay, and then we also have a free soul shard reset event. So this is a time when you want to consider if you really want to adjust your soul shards, fighter soul, especially now because I'm currently on the status effect cast rate soul shard setup. I'm not sure if I should swap over to a status effect resist rate setup. Okay, and especially, you know, I'm currently on defense fighter soul, so I'm also not sure if I should change it to a magic attack fighter soul. We'll see. And we also have a ruby refund, so if you pulled for Sage before they announced that they were going to give 3 free copies, okay, you will be getting 80% ruby refund from that, and also all these other bug fixes, I guess. So basically that's all for this update. I hope you guys are excited because Rosie looks amazing skill set wise, and I can't wait to pull for her, which brings me to my next point. I'm gonna have a live stream tonight in about 11 hours. I'm gonna burn 40,000 rubies for Rosie, so be sure to catch me and be sure to join me and join everyone on the live stream, and we will try to get Rosie together. Okay, so that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for all the upcoming videos for this update. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much and see you.